Hey everybody, this is Seth the Homer's Honeybee. I'm just going to do a quick video of update on the packaged hive that we did. It's been a few weeks now, again, getting back into it. So let's jump in and see what we find. Did not grab my smoker, so don't do what I do, but I was kind of in a hurry. So I have not been feeding these guys like I should be either, so they're kind of just going on their own. They built out about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 frames. This is all just nectar. I love just the white wax that they build out when they first start. Brand new frames. So I'm going through. Now I'm just kind of, again, my goal today is just to make sure things are progressing along, that the hive is not stuck in a spot of not doing anything, not growing. So I have here a frame of honey. All this here is just brood, and they're also filling it in with some nectar, which I don't want. But that just means that there's nectar flow coming in and they have nowhere to put it. So the bees hatch out and they backfill it with nectar. So there's another frame, all this cat brood. It's going to be hatching out here soon. But again, all those little holes in between, either bees are hatching out, which they're starting to. There's one right there. They're backfilling it. So the queen's not going to be able to lay up here once those bees are hatched out. So I have a few. Here's another one. She's just doing really awesome. And this one looks like a lot of them hatched out and they've backfilled it again. So I have a few outside frames over here that they're not using quite yet. This is just another full frame of brood, both sides. So she's going to kill it. She's killing it. And these guys are going to be just growing like crazy here once they start hatching. This is why I like to come out here and check new frames often, because the bees will build these wonky combs, these burr comb, bridge comb, and if we wait too long, we don't scrape it out. Sometimes the queen starts laying brood in there, eggs, and then you feel bad because you got to scrape it all off. And so find it early enough that it's not going to matter, and just scrape it off, and we'll just make them do it again. They're just more bee space between the frames here. There's just more space than they normally would need between the comb, and so sometimes they just kind of build it all funny. And anyway, so we'll move that around. So I have these empty frames here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a frame that just has nectar and the honey. I'm going to push that all the way to the edge. And I want to keep and I'm going to kind of checkerboard these frames in here. It'll kind of force them to build the comb on these frames, especially the frames that are in between the brood. They'll usually try to build those out pretty quick. So I have my queen. I didn't see her, but I know she's there. There's lots of eggs, larvae, and brood. Eggs, so she's been there the last 3 days. She's doing really well. The hive's progressing. I'll probably feed them again, even though they're building them out. Well, either that or kind of let them go. They got a little nectar flow going. In fact, if you watch, let's see if I can pull this frame out. See if how fresh the nectar is. So you can see it dripping along with the bees, but I could do that. That kind of shows me how fresh the nectar is. They haven't had a chance to really dehydrate it at all, so if you kind of tip it and shake it a little bit, you'll see the nectar just fall out of the cells and onto the frames. And that's good. There's nectar flow coming in, so bees are happy and going to town here. So brood's looking good. They're healthy larvae. So I'm not seeing anything out of the ordinary, anything I should be worried about. I'm just going to let them continue on. That's all I wanted to see today. Make sure that they're progressing. That's the biggest thing right now. So I'm going to close it up. And that's it. Join me next time and we'll check out, hopefully they'll have this top box filled out, and we'll talk about how late to put on a honey super and if it's worth it, and what will happen. Maybe we'll put a honey super on and after the main nectar flow and see what happens. See if it's worth the time. Anyways, join with me again next week, or next time, who knows, in a week or two. We'll see how they go. Thanks.